How's it going, folks? Welcome back to my World of Warcraft Classic Anniversary playthrough.
Need help?
Nope.
Safe travel.
We're back at Menethil Harbor to return some quests. The Cursed Crew.
You need something?
In my dreams, I can sometimes hear the doomed moans of my brethren. Please, good sir, free them from the bonds and quiet their cries.
See you around.
My thanks to you, Artraxius, and the gratitude of my cursed brethren goes to you as well.
Be careful.
Lifting the curse. To break the curse and free all of my brethren, the thing stowed on my ship must be retrieved and cleansed. I don't know what it was, but I do know that it was stored securely in the ship's strongbox, which Captain Hallandor lorded over. My old captain is still in my dreams. I know he walks my doomed ship, the Intrepid. Get the key from him and use it to open the Intrepid's box. Then after you have the cursed thing, bring it to the priest Gloran Steelbrow in town.
See you later.
In town? You made it in the pub? Getting wasted in the pub, that guy? Buffed. Apprentice's duties. Ooh, what's that, a book? No, that's a bowl. Is it a book or a bowl?
What can I do for you?
The famous game. Apprentice's duties. My apprentice is like a son to me. It's going to be hard for him to live his life with only one leg. Ah, Atraxios, how goes it? Do you have my skins?
Light bless you.
Don't suppose you'd be interested in becoming my apprentice, would you? Ha! No, I'm just kidding. You're much too old for one thing. Besides, from the looks of you, it would seem that you have other ambitions in life. Nonetheless, these are some fine skins you've procured, and I'll be able to put them to good use. Seven strength. Oh, let's look for resale value. And Crocodilus Gumbo.
For the Alliance.
Six stamina. Stamina. I can actually make one. Hey, Unga.
What are you looking for?
Horses. 72 gold.
Go with honor, friend.
Alright.
What can I do for you?
Don't you sell a horse that you can't buy anywhere else? The Black Stallion Bridle?
Be careful.
I think it's this one. Okay, what am I... Oh, that's right. Forgot what I was doing for a second. Okay, so we're going over here. On the way up, let's read a book, shall we? It's been a while since we read a book. Alright, so the Feast of Vale Winter was the last one we read. The birth of the Lich King. Nazul and his followers entered the Twisting Nether, the ethereal plane that connects all of the worlds scattered throughout the great dark beyond. Unfortunately, Kil'jaeden and his demonic minions were waiting for them. Kil'jaeden, who had sworn to take vengeance on Nazul for his prideful defiance, slowly tore the old shaman's body apart, piece by piece. Kil'jaeden kept the shaman's spirit alive and intact, thus leaving Nazul painfully aware of his body's gross dismemberment. Though Nazul pleaded with the demon to release his spirit and grant him death, the demon grimly replied that the blood pact they had made long ago was still binding, and that Nazul still had a purpose to serve. The Orcs' failure to conquer the world for the Burning Legion forced Kil'jaeden to create a new army to sow chaos throughout the kingdoms of Azeroth. This new army could be allowed could not be allowed to fall prey to the same petty rivalries and infighting that plagued the Horde. It would have to be merciless and single-minded in its mission. This time, Kil'jaeden could not afford to fail. Holding Nazul's spirit helpless in stasis, Kil'jaeden gave him one last chance to serve the Legion or suffer eternal torment. Once again, Nazul recklessly agreed to the Demon Pact. Nazul's spirit was placed within a specially crafted block of diamond hard ice gathered from the far reaches of the twisting nether. Encased within the frozen cask, Nazul felt his consciousness expand 10,000-fold. Warped by the demon's chaotic powers, Nazul became a spectral being of unfathomable power. At that moment, the orc known as Nazul was shattered forever, and the Lich King was born. Pause. Slight pause. Alright, cursed marine. You are released. Where's the captain? Captain, my captain? Alright, so he's meant to be right here. But he is not at the moment. So let's do that. And continue reading while we wait. Nazul's loyal Death Knights. Hang on, is that where I was up to? Yep. Nazul's loyal Death Knights and Shadow Moon followers were also transformed by the demon's chaotic energies. The wicked spellcasters were ripped apart and remade as skeletal liches. The demons had ensured that even in death, Nazul's followers would serve him unquestioningly. When the time was right, Kil'jaeden explained the mission for which he had created the Lich King. Nazul was to spread a plague of death and terror across Azeroth that would snuff out human civilization forever. All those who died from the dreaded plague would arise as the undead, as their spirits would be bound to Nazul's iron will forever. Kil'jaeden promised that if Nazul accomplished his dark mission of scouring humanity from the world, he would be freed from his curse and granted a new healthy body to inhabit. Though Nazul was agreeable and seemingly anxious to play his part, Kil'jaeden remained skeptical of his pawn's loyalties. Keeping the Lich King bodiless and trapped within the crystal cask assured his good conduct for the short term, but the demon knew that he would need to keep a watchful eye on him. To this end, Kil'jaeden called upon his elite demon guard, the vampiric dreadlords, to police Nazul. Oh, somebody else coming up here.
How generous.
Alright. Where am I up to? Kil'jaeden promised that if Nazul accomplished his dark mission of scouring humanity from the world, he would be freed from the curse and granted a new healthy body. He was agreeable. Kil'jaeden called upon to police Nazul. Yep. Oh my goodness, another one? Everybody's turning up at the same time. To police Nazul and ensure that he accomplished his dread task. Tichondrius, the most powerful and cunning of the Dreadlords, warmed to the challenge. He was fascinated by the plague's severity and the Lich King's unbridled potential for genocide. Alright, that's our new latest red book. Alright, so we got... How many more we got? We're actually getting through them more. Can't believe it. Picked up so many as well. Dude, takes a while. Where is this guy? Let's beat up some punks while we wait. Oh, there he is. And then down below. Down below we go. The chest is securely locked. The key is rusted, but it fits the lock neatly. Opening the chest reveals a blackened orb pulsing with an eerie light. It is the treasure of which Fitzsimmons spoke, a cursed eye of Paleth. Take the cursed eye of Paleth to the dwarven priest. Ask him how to remove the eye's curse. Done. Done and done. Alright, so we go back so we can read another book on the way back. Mount Hyjal and Illidan's gift. The few night elves that survived the horrific explosion rallied together on crudely made rafts and slowly made their way to the only landmass in sight. Somehow, by the grace of Elune, Malfurion, Tyrande, and Cenarius had survived the Great Sundering. The weary heroes agreed to lead their fellow survivors and establish a new home for their people. As they journeyed in silence, they surveyed the wreckage of their world and realized that their passions had wrought the destruction all around them. Though Sargeras and his legions had been ripped from the world by the well's destruction, Malfurion and his companions were left to ponder the terrible cost of victory. There were many highborn who did survive the cataclysm unscathed. They made their way along the shores of the new land, along with other night elves. Though Malfurion mistrusted the highborn's motivations, he was satisfied that they could cause no real mischief without the well's energies. Which is interesting because yeah, we do see them peppered throughout the world, and they look so strange. As the weary mass of night elves landed upon the shores of the new land, they found that the holy mountain Hyjal had survived the catastrophe. Seeking to establish a new home for themselves, Malfurion and the night elves climbed the slopes of Hyjal and reached its windswept summit. As they descended into the wooded bowl, nestled between the mountain's enormous peaks, they founded a small tranquil lake. To their horror, they found that the lake's waters had been fouled by magic. Illidan, having survived the Sundering as well, had reached Hyjal's summit long before Malfurion and the Night Elves. In his mad bid to maintain the flows of magic in the world, Illidan had poured his vials, which contained the precious waters from the Well of Eternity, into the mountain lake. The well's potent energies quickly ignited and coalesced into a new well of eternity. The exultant Illidan, believing that the new well was a gift to future generations, was shocked when Malfurion hunted him down. Malfurion explained to his brother that magic was innately chaotic and that its use would inevitably lead to widespread corruption and strife. Still, Illidan refused to relinquish his magical powers. Knowing full well where Illidan's ruthless schemes would eventually lead, Malfurion decided to deal with his power-crazed brother once and for all. With Cenarius' help, Malfurion sealed Illidan within a vast underground barrow prison, where he would remain chained and powerless until the end of time. To ensure his brother's containment, Malfurion empowered the young warden, Maev Shadowsong, to be Illidan's personal jailer. Concerned that destroying the new well might bring about an even greater catastrophe, the Night Elves resolved to leave it be. However, Malfurion declared that they would never practice the arts of the magic again. Under Cenarius' watchful eye, they began to study the ancient arts of druidism that would enable them to heal the ravaged earth and regrow their beloved forests at the base of Mount Hyjal.
You got my attention.
In modern WoW, can't Night Elves be mages now? What's up with that? Or am I wrong? That drunk Fitzsimmons sent you to me? Well, you can tell him I don't have any extra ale. He's got to have a panhandle someone else.
Safe travel.
Oh, an Eye of Palaf. Amazing. There's something wrong with this one. I found it on one of those shipwrecks. Ah, well, that explains it. But I didn't know that they had such an eye on the Third Fleet. It's no wonder Fitzsimmons was so spooked. A cursed Eye of Palaf is no cause for mirth.
Off with you.
Cleansing the eye. I can't lift the curse from the Eye of Palaf. The eyes were crafted by human priests, so you have to go to Stormwind to find someone who can help you. Speak with Archbishop Benedictus. He is the head of the Cathedral of Light in Stormwind. He can help. I hope for your sake. Alright.
Watch your back.
So I will do that, but after we go and travel over here and do all this. Okay? Is that alright by you?
Help you find something?
No. You can find me some coin for these chain leggings though.
Farewell.
Fare thee well. Yeah, because if you were going to hit like level 34, I probably would go there, but I think if I can get some of these level 28 quests done and grab that, because that, the Noble Brew, was that back in Stormwind? It is, okay. So that's all the more reason to take that and then go back to Stormwind. The stormiest of winds. Cleansing the eye. Alright, so we got to go for a little walk. So how about a little story, folks? The founding of Quel'Thalas. Where am I going? Going off-road here. The High Elves, led by Dathramar, left Kalimdor behind them and challenged the storms of the Maelstrom. Dathramar? Hang on. No, I'm thinking of somebody else. Led by Dathramar, left Kalimdor behind them and challenged the storms of the Maelstrom. Their fleets wandered the wreckage of the world for many long years, and they discovered mysteries and long kingdoms along their sojourn. Dathramar, who had taken the name Sunstrider, or He Who Walks the Day, sought out places of considerable lay power upon which to build a new homeland for his people. His fleet finally landed on the beaches of the kingdom men would later call Lordaeron. Forging inland, the High Elves founded a settlement within the tranquil Terraceville glades. After a few years, many of them began to go mad. It was theorized that something evil slept beneath that particular part of the world, but the rumors were never proven to be true. The High Elves packed up their encampment and moved northward towards another land rich with ley energies. As the High Elves crossed the rugged mountainous lands of Lordaeron, their journey became more perilous, since they were effectively cut off from the life-giving energies of the Well of Eternity. Many of them fell ill from the frigid climate or died from starvation. The most disconcerting change, however, was the fact that they were no longer immortal or immune to the elements. They also shrank somewhat in height, and their skin lost its characteristic violet hue. Despite their hardships, they encountered many wondrous creatures that had never been seen in Kalimdor. They also found tribes of primitive humans who hunted throughout the ancient forest lands. However, the direst threat they encountered were the voracious and cunning forest trolls of Zulaman. Those moss-skinned trolls could regenerate lost limbs and heal grievous physical injuries. But they proved to be a barbaric evil race. The Amani Empire stretched across most of northern Lordaeron, and the trolls fought hard to keep unwanted strangers from the borders. The elves developed a deep loathing for the vicious trolls and killed them on sight whenever they were encountered.
How are you?
Orma's revenge. While you were down there, I happened to notice that one of those beasts stood out from the rest. He was big and more menacing. I bet he's the one who led the others here to cause the disruption to the dig site. I ask of you now one final task, Atraxius. See to it that Sawtooth is brought to justice, and considering the gravity of his crimes, justice in this case means death. You bring me one of his talons as proof of his death. Yes,
Be good.
Be good. What about you, mister? Welgar?
Great to meet you.
Just before the invasion, I uncovered a large tablet called the Goa's Stone. A translated text breaks off in 4 places. The text speaks of a divine plan and a doomed prophecy. I fear we're running out of time. I'm too old to go down there and brave those beasts, but you are strong, Atraxius. Scour the excavation site and uncover the 4 missing tablet fragments: Aros, Moder, Gom, and Neru. Search for them in ancient artifacts, so where the soil is loose, you bring them to me so I can begin unlocking the mystery.
Keep your feet on the ground.
Alright. Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir. After many long years, the High Elves finally found a land which was reminiscent of Kalimdor deep within the northern forest of the continent. They founded the kingdom of Quel'Thalas and vowed to create a mighty empire which would dwarf that of their Kaldarai cousins. Unfortunately, they soon learned that Quel'Thalas was founded upon an ancient troll city, and the trolls still held to be sacred. Almost immediately, the trolls began to attack the elven settlements en masse. The stubborn elves, unwilling to give up their new land, utilized the magics which they had gleaned from the Well of Eternity, and kept their savage trolls at bay. Under Dethramar's leadership, they were able to defeat the Amani warband that outnumbered them 10 to 1. Some elves, wary of the Kaldarai's ancient warnings, felt that their use of magic might possibly draw the attention of the banished Burning Legion. Therefore, they decided to mask their lands within a protective barrier which would still allow them to work their enchantments. They constructed a series of monolithic runestones at various points around Quel'Thalas, which marked the boundaries of the magic barrier. The runestones not only masked the elves' magic from the extra-dimensional threats, but helped to frighten away the superstitious troll warbands as well. As time wore on Quel'Thalas, I saw that runestone when I was a Blood Elf, that's right, okay. I saw one of them anyway. As time wore on, Quel'Thalas became a shining monument to the High Elves' efforts and magical prowess. Its beauteous palaces were crafted in the same architectural style as the ancient halls of Kalimdor, yet they were interwoven with the natural topography of the land. Quel'Thalas had become the shining jewel that the elves had longed to create. The Convocation of Silver Moon was founded as the ruling power over Quel'Thalas. Though the Sunstrider dynasty maintained a modicum of political power comprised of 7 of the greatest High Elf lords, the Convocation worked to secure the safety of the Elven lands and people. Surrounded by their protective barrier, the High Elves remained unmoved by the old warnings of the Kaldorei and continued to use magic flagrantly in almost all aspects of their lives. For nearly 4,000 years, the High Elves lived peacefully within the secluded safety of their kingdom. Nevertheless, the vindictive trolls were not so easily defeated. They plotted and schemed in the depths of the forest and waited for the numbers of their warband to grow. Finally, a mighty troll army charged out from the shadowy forests and once again laid siege to the shining spires of Quel'Thalas. Alright. Interesting story, because I do remember seeing the runestone, that big runestone, wondering what that was for. May have read about it at the time, but it's good to reinforce that. I find that's the problem with a lot of these games, is there's such a large amount of lore. It's not a problem, it's a good thing, but it's the problem of retaining that information. Because there's so much, you know. So I love that these books exist. Now, I'm looking for soil patches and Sawtooth. But there's a lot of people around, so this may not be an easy task. There's one. Oh, you're joking. You are joking. I'm fighting somebody else's mob as well. Go, 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 go. Ah, that's one fragment. I'm gonna find Sawtooth. It's meant to be up here somewhere. Go up there and see there's a group waiting. Oh, somebody invited me to something. Okay, they know. Where is the great Sawtooth? Well, I guess it's another opportunity to read another book. Now we've been going through these today, haven't we? It's a 9-page, 6-page. Well, I've got Beyond the Dark Portal here. That's only 4. Oh, what the heck? It could take a while. Kill Jade in the Shadow Pact. Around the time of Medivh's birth on Azeroth, Kil'jaeden and Deceiver sat and brooded amongst the followers. With his... Brewing amongst his followers within the Twisting Nether, the cunning Demon Lord, under orders of his master Sargeras, was plotting the Burning Legion's second invasion of Azeroth. This time he would not allow any mistakes. Kil'jaeden surmised that he needed a new force to weaken Azeroth's defenses before the Legion even set foot upon the world. If the mortal races such as the Night Elves and Dragons were forced to contend with a new threat, they would be too weak to pose any real resistance when the Legion's true invasion arrived. It was at this time that Kil'jaeden discovered the lush world of Draenor, floating peacefully within the great dark beyond, home to the shamanistic clan-based orcs and the peaceful Draenei. Draenor was as idyllic as it was vast. The noble orc clans roamed the open prairies and hunted for sport. Cities within the world towering cliffs and peaks, Kil'jaeden knew that Draenor's denizens had great potential to serve the Burning Legion if they could be cultivated properly. Of the two races, Kil'jaeden saw that the warrior orcs were more susceptible to the Legion's corruption. He enthralled the elder orc shaman Ner'zhul in much the same way that Sargeras brought Queen Azshara under his control in ages past. Using the cunning shaman as his conduit, the demon spread battle lust and savagery throughout the orc clans. Before long, the spiritual race was transformed. Hang on, I'll jump down there, see if there's something there. Was transformed. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, right up top. Transformed into a bloodthirsty people, Kil'jaeden then urged Ner'zhul and his people to take the last step, to give themselves over entirely to the pursuit of death and war. Yet the old shaman, sensing that his people would be enslaved to hatred forever, somehow resisted the demon's command. Frustrated. Hang on, I want to get down here, see if there's some dirt. No, okay. Oh, there's some dirt here. But I can't interact with it. Oh, there's a big pot over there. Wonder why I can't interact with that. Frustrated by Ner'zhul's resistance, Kil'jaeden searched for another orc who would deliver his people into the Legion's hands. The clever Demon Lord finally found the willing disciple he sought, Ner'zhul's ambitious apprentice, Gul'dan. Kil'jaeden promised Gul'dan untold power in exchange for his utter obedience. The young orc. Sorry, just looking around. The young orc became an avid student of demonic magic and developed into the most powerful mortal warlock in history. He taught other young orcs the arcane arts and strove to eradicate the orcs' shamanistic traditions. Gul'dan showed a new brand of magic to his brethren, a terrible new power that reeked of doom. Warlocks? Kil'jaeden, seeking to tighten his hold over the orcs, helped Gul'dan found the Shadow Council, a secretive sect that manipulated the clans and spread the use of warlock magics throughout Draenor. As more and more orcs began to wield warlock magics, the gentle fields and streams of Draenor began to blacken and fade. Over time, the vast prairies the orcs had called home for generations withered away, leaving only red barren soil. The demon energies were slowly killing the world. Hellfire Peninsula? Okay. Lots of lore today, folks. Or LOL, for short. LOLs all around. Alright, so I just need the Ados fragment, and then I can say adios. There it is. fragments retrieved. Take a hike mottled razor more. You don't want any of this, pal. You don't want any of this. Book from Sven's Farm. Story of Morgan Lattimore. I've already read that, haven't I? I'm sure I read that.
Interest you on a pint?
Ah, yes, Sawtooth dead. Have you redeemed the memory of the fallen?
Off with you.
Oh, thank you, Atraxius. Your efforts will not be forgotten. Many innocent dwarves died at the site, simply doing their jobs. The vengeance you deliver to those evil creatures should make them think twice before attacking King Magni's subjects ever again. 34S, 20S. Uh, 34, 34, 90, and take that one.
What's your back?
Oh, and a level up. We have Curiously Tasty Omelette, which I can use those raptor eggs for. Hot spices.
What's on your mind?
Have you uncovered the 4 fragments yet, Atraxius?
See you soon.
Ah, the Goa's store is complete. Fine work, Atraxius, fine work indeed. Now we can continue with a delicate translation of this Titan script. I can make out new words already. It says here, old gods chained beneath the land. This is the beginning of something epic.
Be good.
Oh, you can't leave it there, pal. Where's the follow-on quest? Prospector Welgar. Chained old gods chained under the earth? I must know more. Can I get over the top here? No. Alright, we're going to go the long way around. Well, while I do that, folks, I think I'll go for the run and we'll be there by the end of the next episode. But if you could do me a favor and hit that like button, if you like the series, of course, and if you would like to be notified of new and upcoming episodes, click on the bell that's next to the subscribe button that you may have already clicked. And if you'd like to support the series and see episodes early, consider clicking the join button. Just click it anyway and you can see what you get by joining and supporting what I do here. Until next time, see you later, folks. Bye.